What is going on? It is Friday, which means we're talking new comic books that come out January 12th, 2022, and we'll get to those right after this. My most anticipated comics for January 12th, 2022. So last week we had mentioned that if we had 15 comments, you could get an extra book added into the end of the month giveaway for watching these videos, and we hit 15. So thank you everyone who came in and added a comment. That is so awesome. I love seeing what you guys have to say, wondering what books you guys have, so we will make sure that there is an extra book in for next week. All right, before I get into what I'm looking most forward to, I always like to start off with, I usually use League of Comic Geek, which is the site behind me, when I'm looking at this, because I usually do these videos either Thursday or Friday. There is a chance that I might have some misinformation. There are some times where it'll tell me that a book has come out when it is not coming out, or it'll be delayed because of paper shortage or whatever other reason. Some, publishers might make a silly change and tell Diamond that it's not coming out this day. And in a perfect segue, the first book I have is We Ride Titans, #1. This is from Vault Comics. This was actually, I think, on the first segment of this I had actually done, and I had mentioned the tagline of Kaiju hits hard, family hits harder, and I kind of said this sounds like it might be Fast and the Furious meets some sort of a kaiju movie, maybe Godzilla, and that seemed like it would be something fun and entertaining. Maybe not the best book out there, but for me, sometimes I just need a book similar to if you read Firepower, where it's kind of a palate cleanser. It's just kind of a lot of action. It's a lot of fun. There's not a lot of crazy dialogue. There's not a lot of crazy building of stories. It's just fun action, and that's probably what this is going to be. Vault has been doing a pretty good job at making a lot of great indie comics that I think have been fun and meaningful. I mean, if you look at like Barbaric was on a lot of people's tops lists of the year, because that is another action-packed fun book that is more of a palate cleanser than anything, super deep. And let's keep on with the #1s. And next up we have Daredevil, Woman Without Fear, #1. This is a question that I'm kind of asking out to you guys. I have only read the first 2 trades of Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil, and I am sorry for all of you fans out there. I know that it is a great run. I really enjoyed the 2 trades. However, it was one of those things where I did not get on it in time, and by the time that it did, it seemed like I was way too far behind to even do it. So I've been kind of picking up on the trades when they come out on Hoopla. I probably could read 1 or 2 more, but I just haven't had the time to actually go out and do that. But the question is, do you think that I need to read that to pick up this issue? I still have a few days, so I'm wondering what your thoughts are. I know that there is the Devil's Reign event going on. I actually have pulled some of those books, so too, let me know, should I even read that Devil's Reign, or should I wait until I read all of Zdarsky's Daredevil before I do that? Next up, we have Justice League versus the Legion of Superheroes from Brian Michael Bendis. And a lot of you are probably thinking, Brian Michael Bendis has been terrible. Why would you keep getting that? And I'm not going to lie. Maybe I don't disagree, or maybe I don't agree 100% that he's been terrible, but I love what he did with Naomi. That was probably my favorite of all of his stories, and Naomi's still in this. So while I might not necessarily love what's been happening with Justice League, the fact that Naomi is in this, even if he hasn't done a solid job of building her in and making her part of the team, I still think, for me personally, buying books that have Naomi in it is still worth it, because I want to give that character the push that I think she deserved. I think that, the intro was pretty good, and I would like to maybe see another creator take over a little bit of Naomi. So if we keep buying these series, maybe they'll keep letting other people play around with her, and it will be a lasting character. I know she does have a CW show coming out, so it seems very unlikely that they're just going to start forgetting about the stories with her, but I still want to kind of be a part of these stories and see where she's going in the DC world, because she is a character that I have a lot of fun reading so far. And we're done with #1s, but let's go to the first book, and this is a #2, and it is actually Hotel 2, #2. I really loved what happened with Hotel #2, #1, and to be completely honest, if you watch Comic Burrito, I was very much into Hotel #1. I know that Hotel Volume 1 did get a Golden Burrito for Best Story Arc, and you know what? I think that this book is just keep adding to the layers. The one thing is, if you're a fan of like Ice Cream Man, where it's kind of these anthology story horror stuff, the one thing I really love what John Lees does with Hotel is that they are these anthology stories, but they're all in the same hotel, and they kind of intertwined with each other, so it's more of, kind of one complete story between 4 separate stories that is very cool and very compelling for me. I love horror. It's always been one of my favorite genres, so it's great to have such a solid horror book coming from AWA Upshot Studios. And since we're talking AWA Upshot Studios, let's talk about Knighted number 3. I really loved issue 1. Issue 2 was a little bit of a downfall, but I still think that this is a very solid story. AWA was very solid in their first phase, and for me their second phase kind of took a dip, but I think, you know, with books like Fight Girl and some of the new stuff like Knighted and Hotel Volume 2, I've been really enjoying a lot of what's coming out of this third phase of AWA Upshot's offerings. They have been a publisher that I have literally pulled every single book. I think I actually dropped my first one of their books off my pull list, and it was only because it ended up being 8 issues and it was maybe a little bit longer. I got far behind. I figured I'll just pick up the trade because they have pretty decent trades and they're fairly affordable. They're usually $9.99. So if you need to go back and find one of their trades, I highly recommend it because they are fairly cheap. And, you know, all the stories that I've read so far are very good and very compelling. So once again, that was my list. It's nothing crazy this week. You know, there wasn't a lot of other stuff. There were a few other number ones. I know that there's Rain, which is coming out from Joe Hill, but I'm not really sure why that just didn't seem compelling when I originally read it, and now I just am like, do I need to pick that up or can I wait? Because as this new year comes on and I'm trying to collect a little bit more, I'm trying to not pull every single issue. So let me know, were the 5 books that I'm picking to be my most looking forward to books that you recommend? You don't? Let me know what you're looking forward to. Once again, I had Hotel Volume 2, number 2, Knighted number 3, I had the Justice League versus the Legion of Superheroes, I had Daredevil, Woman Without Fear, and I have We Ride Titan. Once again, guys, if we get 15 comments on this video, I will add another book into the package at the end of the month. So, as always, I'm Cole. Thanks for watching, and peace. Thanks for watching my most anticipated comics, January 12th, 2022.